So, man, today's the big day. Uh, Definitely excited for Philadelphia, and I want this one. I want this one for Philadelphia. I want this one for Jalen Hurts. I want this one for uh, Devontae Smith. The list goes on. Jason Kelsey. I want this one. Now, us being here is something that I think most teams didn't expect us. Most people didn't expect us to be. Um, being the most hated franchise, being the most hated team, etc. But we're here. We're here for a reason. We're here for a purpose, and I think that we're going to come out victorious. But before I get started, talk about the X's and or the X and O's. But first, I start talking about what I think is going to happen and what are the biggest things. The very first thing is I'd like to see Robert Quinn full participation this past Thursday in practice. Um, this 2 days ago, they rested a lot of guys on Thursdays as well too. But I think they wanted to ramp up Robert Quinn, to see if he's full go, see how that foot's feeling. This week before they started, three big rosters moves. Arian Siposs, the punter, was been out of practice. He suffered an ankle injury. I don't know if you guys remember against the New York Giants. Brett Kern's been filling in with him for the past 2 months, but he hasn't been very effective. He struggled, etc. and whatnot. But Siposs will be back. He'll be back punting for us, so hope we don't use him. But we'll be back. We activated him off the practice squad. Josh Steels was placed on the commissioner's exempt list. So we didn't cut Kern. So the next thing will be Greg Ward. So Greg Ward is elevated. Any Philadelphia fans, they know that Greg Ward has made some big catches for us down in the past years. Covey has officially been ruled questionable to play. He was limited in practice on Thursday and Friday. That since they elevated him from the practice squad, that can simply mean Covey could be battling his hamstring. He could be out. But I mean, Ward's a great option. And it's also an option. Not only running the ball but also running routes as well too. He's a guy who's trusted behind. Behind Covey. Now here's the thing too. He played quarterback. So if Hurts goes down, Minshew goes down, he's the emergency quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles. And then Anthony Harris also was elevated to active. Now he was active in the divisional round and for NC Championship game, but he was a healthy scratch. I think they're doing that as well too, just because the secondary right now we're pretty deep at safety. So those are the big three things. Those are three things that I've taken notice and paying attention to. But yeah, I want this one. We're 0-3 against Andy Reid, and I don't think it really matters. Every game is a different game. I think the Chiefs are going to bring it. What I think the biggest deciding factor of what we're going to see, just because how Steve Spagnuolo and how the Chiefs play their defense, we're going to see a lot of one-on-one battles, and if the Chiefs basically say, "Hey, look, we're going to stop the run," that means we're going to see a lot of man coverage, and not with two high safeties, but with one high safety. And that's when our receivers are going to go to work. If that's the case, and I think that's going to be the case, if our running game is working well, we may not even need to go to this. But I think that in this game, we're going to have to go to our passing game. I think that these are some of the one-on-one battles that we're going to win. Right? This is just a hypothetical scenario. That's not what's going to happen. But I think these are some of the one-on-one battles that we can win, and I would like for us to allude to if we have to. On defense, the biggest thing is Chiefs being able to run the ball. This is something they have not been able to do throughout the whole season. And if you think that Patrick Mahomes is going to be back there and just have this arsenal passing attack on the Eagles, you got another thing coming. The Chiefs have to run the ball, and I think that this is where we're going to showcase our defense is going to showcase itself. If this is a if Patrick Mahomes is throwing over 40 passes or even 35 passes, I think that's going to be a challenge. They're going to have to run the ball at least 20, 25, 30 times to establish some type of running on the ground to hold our defense and help us stay honest. So that's going to be, I think, the biggest factors. Us being able to stop them on the run is why our defense is going to be successful. And then on offense, just them stuffing the box and then allowing our receivers to work if our running game is stale. I do hope and think, in my mind, I think that the Eagles we're gonna blow them out, but it's a Super Bowl, you know. Everybody comes to play. Blocking Chris Jones is gonna be a huge task. That he's a D tackle, but you'll see him in a 9 technique. You see him in a 3 technique. You'll see him sometimes. He goes everywhere. So blocking by committee will be important. But that running game wears the defense down. So I like running the ball, wearing them down, and then that pass rush will start to get a little hesitant. Jalen Hurts is going to let loose this game. He is our pioneer. He's our captain. I think that shoulder for him, he's going to continue to run the ball. He's going to run the ball more, be a little more aggressive. He's going to fight through the injury. This is what I expect out of Jalen Hurts. It's the last hurrah. Let that arm rest on the offseason. So I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm locked in. I have my clipboard taking notes. I have my Eagles gear on. Super Bowl. But hey, look, regardless if we win or lose, I'm just happy we're in here. And don't get me wrong, I'll be upset if we lose, especially if it's a close one. But I really feel that we're going to come in here and show who the Eagles really are. So let's go Philly, fly, Philly, fly. Let's bring one home.